Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be creating this makeup look. We're going to be shopping my stash for products that I haven't used in a while or things that I just want to play with a little bit more. So if you like shop my stashes, if you like beauty, if you like makeup, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so this is where I store all of my makeup. Primers and sprays are in this drawer. I really want to test this Covergirl True Blend Skin Enhancer Sticky Primer. I actually picked this up a while ago, but I just haven't had the time to test it out yet. I love the NYX Plump Right Back Sticky Primer and the e.l.f. Power Grip, but I kind of want to see how the Covergirl compares to these two. I'm also going to grab this Neutrogena Radiant Setting Spray. This is one of my favorite priming sprays because it just adds a little bit of life and hydration to the skin without being sticky or oily. So I'm going to use this to prep my skin as well. And then to lock everything in place, let's go with the Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite Mattifying Setting Spray. It is going to be really, really hot today, so I think this is going to be great to help seal everything in. Okay, so my foundations are here. You know, now that I have a little bit more of a tan, I think this shade in the About Face foundation will work much better for me. I tried this much earlier on in the year, but it was just way too dark for my pale winter skin. So I kind of want to try it again now that I'm a little bit more tan. Alright, next up is a concealer. I really love my Joah Eye Serum Concealer, but this shade is a little bit too light for me at the moment. I'm going to try mixing this with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer because this shade is much too dark for me. It doesn't look like it in the tube, but it actually oxidizes quite a bit when it's on the skin. I kind of want to see what they look like mixed together. Okay, next up is bronzer. If you hear a thumping, it is my kids are playing basketball outside, so sorry if that is loud. I already know what I want to get. I have been loving this LYS No Limits Cream Bronzer Stick. It is just the most perfect bronzy tone for the summertime, so I really want to use this again. And then, maybe this? Kind of red. You know, let's go for this Flower Beauty Heatwave Luminous Bronzer. This one is in the shade Sun Swept. For a bronzy summer look, this one will be really nice, and it gives you a little bit of glow too, which I really love in the summer. So for blush, I actually think I want to use this Cloud Crush blush from Too Faced. This one is in Tequila Sunset, and it's a really pretty, vibrant orange, which I think will go good with my shirt. I am wearing an orange shirt today, and I think it's just the perfect color for summer. And I'll grab this one too. This is from Melt. This is their cream blush lighter in the shade Golden Hour. It's a really pretty, almost highlighter-y blush. It's got a golden sheen with that clementine color, which is really pretty. So we'll see how the base is looking. If I feel like I need something more hydrating, I'll use the Melt. Maybe we'll layer. We'll see where the day takes us. And then for a highlight, I actually feel like my highlight collection is the most sparse out of all of my complexion products. I think I want to reach for this Essence Pure Nude highlighter. I also really love this Revlon Skinlights highlighter. I haven't used it in forever. Ooh, that's really pretty too. The Essence Pure Nude is so perfect for just an all-over super subtle glow, but maybe we'll go a little bit more glam today, and we'll go with the Revlon. For lip liner, I really can't stop using this Honeybee Gardens lip liner in Island Spice. It is so beautiful, so perfect. I can't help myself. And then for a lip color, this could be really pretty. It's a bright orange kind of tinted lip balm. Ooh, that could be really pretty. We'll put this aside. And in case we use that, I do want a more brownie lip liner, so I'm going to grab this LA Girl lip liner in the shade Cafe, which is a bit more like of a warm nude, I would say. So we'll grab that. And then I haven't used the Maybelline vinyl inks in a while, and these used to be like my favorite lip products. There was a hot minute there when I was just like using these nonstop. So my favorite color is Peachy, which is a little bit more like almost of a pinky peach. So that could be really pretty. And then I even have this really warm one in 105 Golden, which could be really fun too. So I'll grab both of these. For eyeshadow palettes, I either want to go with something green or orange because I'm wearing green and orange today. So when I think of green, my mind automatically jumps to the Odin's Eye Hella palette that they did in collaboration with Angelica. Such a gorgeous palette. One of my favorites. I also really want to get some more use out of this Frosted Flakes palette from Glamlight. And there are some really pretty orange tones in here too that we could play with. So that's an option. The Nomad palette from Juvia's Place has some gorgeous, like almost like pukey green colors, which are really pretty, but not quite the tone I'm looking for, I don't think. I always forget about this face palette from the Lip Bar. I love this bronzer and I love this highlighter, but I guess because it's over with my palettes, I always forget to reach for it. You know, I kind of want to use, I'm going to pull this because I might want to use one of these because I really do love this and I haven't used it in forever. Ooh, there's also some really cool like rusty oranges in this palette from Anastasia, the Rose Metals palette, I think it's called. Might be a little bit too grungy for daytime though. I kind of want to go a little bit brighter just because it is summer. This one feels almost a little bit more fall to me. You know, I think I'm going to grab both of these. Okay, I think that's it for now. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so as I said before, I think this is the only new product that I haven't like tried yet. This is the Covergirl True Blend Skin Enhancer Sticky Grip Primer Base. It has like that bluish green color, sort of like the Milk Hydro Grip or the e.l.f. Power Grip. And it does come with a little pump, which is nice. Ooh. Okay, so it looks almost clear on my hands and it feels very cold. Ooh, it feels so nice. Ooh, that feels good. Oh, let me zoom you in a little bit because you're kind of far. Okay. Ooh, I can feel it drying down and it does have a little bit of a sticky grip to it, but it's nothing like crazy. Feels really nice. I really liked how it felt going on too. It had a really like hydrating skincare feeling. Ooh, so far so good. Next for foundation, we're going to use the Performer foundation from About Face. As I said, this launched, I think in January, so like way earlier in the year. And when I tried it, the shade was really dark for me. I liked the foundation. I didn't find it to be like the most long lasting, but I want to try it out again. Sometimes if the shade is not totally correct, it can throw you off a little bit. So this one comes with a little doe foot. That might be too much. And from what I remember, this is kind of like a natural finish. It's hydrating, but not super, super glowy. And it does just melt right into the skin. I mean, you can see that really just blended out so quickly. And it gives you a good medium coverage, I would say. It's not full coverage. You can still see some of my acne scars, hyperpigmentation peeking through, but it does a really good job of like evening out the skin tone. Yeah, and I think that color is a much better match for me now. It might be still slightly too dark, which is interesting because I am pretty tan right now, but we'll make it work. I think it matches my arms though. I like how quickly it blends out, and I like how natural it looks on the skin. Again, it's not too matte, but it's not too dewy. I think this is one of those foundations that really is going to be very like adjustable depending on how you prep your skin. If you use something super glowy, then it's gonna shine through and make the foundation look more glowy. You can also use like a mattifying or a pore blurring primer underneath to make it more smooth. So I think people with a lot of different skin types would like this. The only thing is, like I said, I remember it not being the most long lasting. I remember it started to look a little bit heavy and maybe getting a little bit too hydrating throughout the day. So we'll see. It is going to be a very hot day, so we'll put it to the test. But overall, I think it looks really good. This is an olive undertone, which I appreciate because a lot of foundations do not have olive undertones. However, I am more of a neutral olive. I would say I can even make cool olive undertones work for me. This is a little bit of a warmer olive, so you can see it looks a little bit yellowy on my skin, but not bad. Okay, so for concealer, we're gonna do a little concealer cocktail. We're gonna mix the e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer in the shade Medium Warm with the joah Perfect Complexion Eye Serum Concealer in the shade FL045. This looks like it would be my shade in the tube, but I'm telling you, when it dries, it oxidizes so much. It gets so dark and peachy. So I really like the coverage that this gives and the longevity. I think it's a really good full coverage matte concealer that doesn't look dry under the eyes. It's just the shade range is so weird. I've never been able to find a shade that works for me perfectly. Like, look, this is how it looks when it first comes out, but I'm telling you, it dries like 5 shades darker. So I'll get about that much, and this is gonna be a little tricky because this one has a sponge tip, but we'll just get a little bit out. You can see this is much lighter. We'll just mix them together. So the e.l.f. is full coverage and matte, but the joah is probably like a light to medium coverage and like a skin-like finish, more hydrating. So I'm hoping the two together will be a match made in heaven. It looks still kind of bright, but I'm thinking it's still gonna dry down a bit darker because of the e.l.f. So I'm gonna take my Rare Beauty concealer brush. So far, so good. The two formulas seem to be playing nicely together. That's always like my main worry when it comes to mixing foundations or mixing concealers. It's like the formulas weren't necessarily made to be mixed. So I always worry that they're gonna like separate or act funny, but these two seem to be playing nicely. I'm just taking a little bit extra on these little hyperpigmentation spots I have. I do feel like with this foundation, it is not the most smoothing in the pore area, so I would, next time I wear this, I think I'm gonna try maybe my Benefit Professional, just because it looks a little like porous here more than usual. I mean, obviously I have pores, but I feel like this foundation for some reason just emphasizes them a little bit more than I would like. I am remembering that about this, and I do feel like as the day goes on, it accentuates them like more and more. Maybe we'll use some powder there just to really try to smooth it out a bit. So you see, I think that the shade is looking better the longer it sits on my skin. I am taking some down the center of my face just to kind of highlight a little bit. I think that looks pretty good. It's pretty full coverage. I'm not really used to wearing such a full coverage concealer because I've been reaching for something a little bit more natural on the daily, but it's kind of fun. Okay, so let's go in with some cream bronzer. I did grab the LYS No Limits cream bronzer stick. This is such a buttery, smooth formula. I have the shade Motivate, which used to be the lightest shade, but they have since released a even lighter shade, but this one still works for me. Because this formula is so pigmented and emollient, I am just gonna kind of err on the side of caution and put some of the product onto a brush and then apply, because you can draw it directly onto your face because it is so creamy, but it can go overboard really quickly if you are not super duper tan. If you're around my complexion, it can be a little easy to go overboard. So I like to just work with this method. It's just the most easy to control for me personally. But you can see it is such a gorgeous, warm, but not orange, bronzy tone, perfect for summer. And I really do love just how creamy this is. Like, it is one of the most creamy, blendable cream bronzers that I own. And I'm gonna take it across the center of the face just because when I do get tan, naturally, I'm getting hit by the sun on my cheeks mostly. And this is more of a bronzer shade versus a contour. If it was more of a contour shade, I would focus it on the hollows of my cheeks or on the back of my cheekbones. But because it is more bronzy, I do want to take it across the center of my face. I feel like my concealer is lifting a bit here for some reason. Is that a bit too rough? Maybe it's a little rough there. And I'm just going to take a little bit down the sides of my neck and under my chin as well, just to make it all look a little bit more cohesive. I hate when I have bronze up here, but then like nothing on my neck and chest. I feel like it just looks so disjointed. So I like to take it pretty far down actually, especially since my hair is up. And I'm gonna put some on my ears as well. Really pretty. I love this bronzer stick, one of the best. I haven't used it in so long mostly because of the tone. It is a very warm, a little bit deeper and super pigmented product. So in the winter time, I really can't get away with it. But in the summer, oh yeah. Do I want to go in with the cream blush? Why not? Let's do it. I'm just going to take the tiniest bit of this. These are very pigmented too. Ooh, that is so gorgeous. So some of these are more glowy than others. I have a pink one as well. I think it's in the shade Pink Sand, and that one is very glowy, but it's not super shimmery. This one is more of a highlight, has a little bit of a shimmer to it, but not like a glitter or anything. It's just, ooh, it's so pretty. I feel like these are very underrated cream products, but they're really good. Very, very creamy, very easy to blend. And I don't know why, but this spot on my nose keeps lifting. Stay. So I didn't pick a powder earlier, but I think I do want to set my face just because it still feels a little bit tacky, and again, it is a very hot day. I usually don't set my makeup because I have very dry, dehydrated skin, but again, circumstances change, weather makes me alter my routine a little bit. So I didn't pull a powder earlier, but I do think I want to use this Sigma Soft Focus Setting Powder. This one is in the shade Vanilla Bean. This is a really great, sort of more mattifying, like high glam powder, but it's very smoothing and it's not drying on the skin. It's sort of like the Maybelline Fit Me powder, if you ever tried that, where it's very perfecting, but it works for dry skin, which I appreciate because not a lot of powders work for me. So I'm just gonna take my little Morphe x Ariel A14 brush, and I'm just gonna set really around here where I have the most pores, because again, this foundation is not doing me any favors when it comes to smoothing my skin. So we'll just use a powder to do that. And this is a really beautiful powder. So I'm happy that I got a chance to use it again because I kind of forgot about it. I don't like to apply too much powder under my eyes just because, again, I have dry skin. And that can look like the Crypt Creeper if I apply too much there. So we're just gonna do a light little dusting and leave it at that. I just spilled powder all over my floor. It's fine, I'll just vacuum it up. That's an expensive thing to vacuum up though. Oh no, oh no. Ah. Okay, moving right along. I actually think I want to use this bronzer. I know I pulled the Flower Beauty Heatwave bronzer. Maybe we'll layer them, but I saw this when I was picking up my eyeshadow palette and I haven't used it in forever. This is the Go Off Minute Finish face palette from the Lip Bar. It has a setting powder, a blush, a bronzer, and a highlight. This is such a good little like all-in-one palette if you're traveling and you don't want to carry too much. This is amazing because all of these formulas are so good. And I really love the tone of this bronzer because it has a little bit of almost an olive-y undertone, which again, just like foundations, it is difficult to find in a bronzer. So I really like it because it warms up the skin, but it doesn't look orangey on my complexion. It's very pigmented, but it blends easily. It's a really great formula, and it is a matte finish. So I'm just taking some on a fluffy brush and just doing a light dusting over where we applied the LYS. And then I'm going to take a little bit on a smaller brush, and I like to be a little bit more precise about where I apply my bronzer in the center of my face. If I go in with a really big brush, sometimes it can look a little bit intense, so I kind of like to do a smaller little sunburnt W here. Ooh, so pretty. It just looks so toasty on the skin. I want to show you this highlight too because it is so good. Like, oh, it's so good. It's such a unique color too. It's like the perfect neutral highlight. It's not too gold. It's not pink. Ooh, but it's intense. So if you don't like a glow, you're not going to like this, but it's not sparkly or chalky. Ooh, I love this highlighter. I love it. I forgot about it. Oh my gosh. I think I'm going to take this on vacation with me to the lake this year because, ooh, that is pretty. Ooh. Ooh. See, this is why I love doing videos like this, because I rediscover things that I forgot about and that I really shouldn't forget about. Moving right along, another thing that I haven't used in forever, this is the Too Faced Cloud Crush Blush in the shade Tequila Sunset. Ooh, that looks pigmented. Oh, my bad. Okay, let's see if we can blend it. Ooh, this, I forgot that this smells like, I don't know, almost like florally coconut or something. Like it's kind of coconutty, but not really. It has a little bit of a, like not perfume, but like a floraliness to it. It smells good. I just wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting that out of my blush, but Too Faced does usually have some scents in their makeup products, so makes sense. This is a really pretty color though. Like it is very pigmented as you saw, but it did blend out really easily. And I like that this is an orange. It has a little bit of a coraliness to it, a little bit of a reddy pink. It's not super yellowy. So I think it's really pretty actually. It kind of gives you that flush. And this is a very smoothing blush as well, so it kind of works out that the foundation was not the most smoothing because this is helping to disguise all of my texture. I think that looks really pretty. Ooh, so happy about that. I might take this on vacation too. Okay, so I just went ahead and did one eye off camera. I used the Glam Light Frosted Flakes palette and the Odin's Eye Hella palette. So we're gonna be doing this like orangey situation. So starting off, I'm taking the Frosted Flakes palette from Glam Light, and I'm gonna take this like lighter orange, almost like a peachy orange, called So Tasty. And I already primed my lids. I used my Anastasia eye primer, and I'm just literally putting that all in the crease. I haven't done eyeshadow in so long, so I sort of feel out of practice. Like this eye didn't even really turn out the way that I wanted it to. So forgive me, have some patience. I'm just gonna take that same brush. It's just a little a little fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna pinch it and sweep that along my lower lash line as well. Okay, and then I'm gonna take the Tony the Tiger shade, which is the Vibrant True Orange. And I'm just gonna like build up a little bit of intensity on this outer corner here. And I'm going to take that along the lower lash line as well. And then I'm going to take a, actually this is brown. This is the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Eyeliner in the shade Brown. I just wanted something a little bit less intense than black. So I'm just taking a brown eyeliner and using that in the waterline and tightlining the upper lashes as well. I did pop a matte yellow from the Hella palette right here, Rebirth, in the inner corner. I think that really helps to like make the look more sunny. And then for the shimmer, I'm gonna take Fluorescence, which is like a lime green. And I'm just taking that on a flat brush to have a little bit more control so that I don't get too much over the eyeliner. And I'm just sweeping that like over like half of my lid, I guess. This is more of a topper shade, so it's not super opaque, but it does have really pretty like yellowy green reflex. And then I'm gonna take this sparkly orange from the Frosted Flakes palette called Tiger Paw. It's so pretty. It's an orange, but it has like little gold reflex in it. It's really, really pretty. And I'm just using that to blend like this outer corner with the lime green shimmer. These shimmers are very pretty. And I love this matte yellow from the Hella palette. One of the best matte yellows in my collection. Cool, so I'm just going to pop on some mascara and maybe some lashes. I know this eye look is not my best work. Told you, I'm like out of practice. I haven't done eyeshadow in so long, so I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. I know my eyeliner is jacked up, and I don't know why I chose to do a liquid wing when I'm already kind of rusty with eyeshadow. Like, why did I pick one of the hardest things to do? I don't know, but we're here, so let's just finish it up. All right, friends, we are here 5 hours later. I swear, I don't know what's wrong with me today. It's been a thing, but I've had fun rediscovering some of these makeup products. It's been fun. So let's just finish up the lips. This is the Honeybee Gardens in Island Spice. It's a little bit deeper, has a hint of rosiness to it. And then Cafe is a little bit more of a brown. We'll swatch the lip products too. I have this little cool lip balm. It's all in Korean, so I don't remember what it's called. It's a really sheer, like vibrant orange, hot orange, which could be fun. Let me just try it on. Ooh. These feel so good on the lips, and I really love the packaging. But I think this orange is a tad bit too pink for this look. A little too pink, I think. It's pretty though. I think this is gonna be our best bet. Golden from Maybelline. Actually, that looks kind of pink now too that I'm looking at it, but not as pink. A little bit more orange. And then let's look at Peachy. Yeah, Peachy's way more pink. Peachy is there. Let's try Golden, and let's try Cafe as the lip liner. It's a really pretty, slightly warm nude, but not too orangey. And these pencils from LA Girl are amazing. Super creamy. They're wooden, but they are not dry, and they're not the most long wearing lip liners, but they're pretty good. And I just love the shades. Like, they have some of the best shades at the drugstore, hands down. All right, let's try Golden. So you want to shake these Maybelline vinyl lips. And the cool thing about these is that they're kind of like a liquid lip in that they're very long wearing, but they're not drying. And they give you like that vinyl lip look. It's not super glossy, but it's not matte. And they wear all day long, and if they do wear off, they wear off very, very evenly, not patchy. They don't give you that weird crusty ring in the middle of your mouth. I think that color is pretty. And while we're waiting for that to dry, we'll go ahead and touch up the eyebrows. I just used my Benefit Goof Proof brow pencil. This is like a thicker brow pencil. You're not gonna get super precise hair strokes, but if you're in a rush and you got a lot to fill in like me, this really does a good job of filling things in quickly and not looking too blocky either. And this is in the shade 3.5. I really love Benefit brow products. They're always super good. Like, they're expensive, but they're really good. And then to set the brows, let's use something I haven't used in a while. Honestly, I've been using my Covergirl gel wax exclusively because it's so good. But I want to go back to an oldie. This is the Milani Clear Brow Gel. It has a really large applicator, and this one is not as thick or long wearing as the Covergirl, but it's just a nice, like, everyday brow gel. I like how the brush, even though it's bigger, it really like brushes through your brow hairs nicely and separates them and gives you like a nice fluffy look. And It's not like dandruff brows, it's not too thick, and it doesn't like remove the product underneath. Again, not the most long wearing, but still a really good one. Good for like every day. All right, I think I'm gonna add just a touch more blush, and then we will be done. Can't get over the smell of this blush. It is strong, but I kind of like it. I forgot to set the makeup. Oh my gosh, what an idiot. I even forgot to use the Neutrogena spray, so we're just gonna layer both sprays. That'll add a little bit of hydration, and then we'll go in with the mattifying Makeup Revolution. We are set, we are locked and loaded. All right guys, so that is the finished look. I really love how this look turned out, and I really had fun like playing with some products that I haven't used in a really long time. There are so many good things that I rediscovered, like this blush. I'm really loving this blush. I love how smoothing it is on the skin, and I love the color. I think it's so pretty for summertime. So I'm super happy that I got to use this again today, and I am really happy that I rediscovered this face palette. I think this is going to be perfect for my vacations coming up this summer because I have, if I can open it, I get the highlight, bronzer, blush, and this setting powder is even nice too. So I think this is an awesome rediscovery. I'm really loving this primer so far. It felt so good on the skin, so I'm going to have to keep testing it out, seeing how it plays with some of my more well-known or more used foundations to see if it really does help the longevity and whatnot. But yeah, overall, I had a lot of fun. Honestly, it was a little bit of a bumpy ride through this video. The eyeshadow in particular, I haven't been doing that much eyeshadow, so I feel like when I go to do it, I'm like, what? And it just, you know. But overall, I think it looks pretty good. Again, this foundation, I like it, but I do feel like it emphasizes the pores a little bit. So if I use it again, when I use it again, I am going to try to use a pore filling primer because I think that will help this to look a little bit more flawless. But yeah, overall, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to shop your own stash, have fun playing with your own makeup and using products that you already have and just inventing new ways of using them. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please give this video a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.